video is a rebuttal of the TestTube Channel video that willfully distorts the meaning of jihad to dupe viewers about the true historical concept of jihad in Islam. According to the Quran, jihad is always referred to as fighting in the cause of Allah, which is a continuous war against all unbelievers. It is violent warfare. Not once in the Quran is the word jihad mentioned by itself and meaning inner struggle. All the derivatives of the word jihad in the Quran and Hadiths represent acts of war, according to the Quran, not Google Translator. Ha ha ha. It says fight in the way of Allah or jihad feasible Allah. That is the Arabic text. It refers to a set of conflicts like Muhammad's countless raids against caravans, attacks on other tribes including the beheading of an entire Jewish tribe in Medina. It refers to countless Islamic conquests and battles waged across the world. Everything from Spain to India was conquered by the sword. Muslims called themselves Ghazis. The Crusades came after 400 years of relentless Islamic attacks that conquered 5 million square miles, much of which was Christian land and was limited only to retaking Jerusalem. For example, Spain was conquered by Muslims from 711 to 788, and it took over 700 years to repel these invaders. They hammered Sicily and other European territory repeatedly. TestTube Channel, which is part of the Discovery Channel, presents a historically inaccurate video that leaves out centuries of Islamic conquest. The picture they use in their video of a Muslim is actually the only Muslim member of the English Defense League. This is their evidence for moderate Muslims rejecting jihad. Most Muslims believe the Quran is the literal word of Allah and believe that waging jihad warfare is the highest duty in Islam. Martyrdom is given the highest reward in Islam. The inner and outer jihad claim is 100% false. It is based on a hadith considered to be a fabrication by all Muslims. It contradicts the Quran and authentic traditions of Islam. Chapter 4 verse 95 says, "Not equal are those believers who sit at home and receive no hurt, and those who strive and fight in the cause of Allah with their goods and their persons. Allah hath granted a great hire to those who strive and fight with their goods and persons than to those who sit at home." Another TestTube lie proven false. The Prophet of Islam said, "I have been commanded to fight against people so long as they do not declare that there is no God but Allah," meaning, until all people are Muslim. The Crusades were in fact a response to 400 years of unrelenting jihad aggression by Muslims, destroyed churches, and the killing of Christian pilgrims on the way to Jerusalem. There is no debate. The lesser jihad claim is rejected by all Muslims, and the only time it is used is in speaking to non-Muslims to give them a false portrayal of jihad and disarm. So despite what this ignorant hostess says, jihad is extremely negative physical warfare and fighting, including acts of terrorism and murder. Honest inquiry is needed, not less. Muhammad also said women are deficient in intelligence, or in other words, all women are stupid. Does she consider the authentic hadith a really positive teaching of Islam? The My Jihad campaign TestTube speaks of is a propaganda campaign to deceive the public about Islam's teaching and command for jihad. Terror is linked to Hamas and other terrorists. It is a response to the American Freedom Defense Initiative ads quoting actual Muslims who waged jihad terror and were following actual Islamic teaching and belief. CARE's deception is trying to trivialize jihad in the public mind to distort how non-Muslims perceive jihad to prevent people from critically examining the text and teaching. So Muslims try to falsely make jihad out to be anything from gardening to exercise. This type of religious deception is permissible for Muslims and is called Taqiyya. Muslims aren't trying to reclaim their word. They don't want you to understand Islam commands warfare against you, the non-Muslim, just as it calls non-Muslims the vilest creatures. Muhammad said, "I would like to fight in the way of Allah and be killed, then brought to life so I could be killed, and then brought to life so I could be killed." Scary, right? If the Quran or Muhammad's word are any indication, it is total and continuous warfare with the power to cause death and war all over the world as we see today in many countries. I challenge the creator of the TestTube video to a debate, as well as the hostess, as well as anyone else that would lie about the history, teaching, and command to wage jihad. Thank you for watching my video. I welcome comments and would be happy to explain in even greater detail.